Hey, hey, you, you. You need to play Spider-Man. You need to play this game. You must have this game. You must feel how it means to be Spider-Man. You cannot be a Marvel fan without playing at this game. If you do not play this game, it's over between us. It will be done, and I will bring the wrath of all Marvel fans upon your soul. Play this game. Do it. Do it. Thank you. Love Spider-Man forever.
I guess I'll go play Spider-Man right now. Hello there! If you're new here, I'm Miriam and this is my gaming perspective. Do you know the feeling you get when you start watching a Marvel movie and you see the logo start taking form in front of your own eyes? I'm talking about the Marvel logo, of course. Do you know that feeling? Well, that's how I felt when I started playing Spider-Man for the PS4. I got that feeling that it was going to be a really good game just from the logo. The game starts like any kind of Marvel movie. First, our main hero is presented. And we all know who Peter Parker is, right? If you don't, what rock have you been living under? Because, even I, who was not really a huge Marvel fan when I was a child, knew who Peter Parker was and who Spider-Man was, so... Then it's time for the bad guys to shine. And let me tell you, there are a lot of bad guys in this game. A lot. In Spider-Man, you have different kinds of bad guys. You have the normal, average thugs. Thugs? I almost said, did I say, oh, that sounded like ducks. Well, I'm sure in the game you have ducks in the lakes. Though, I know you have pigeons, but ducks? Well, you have your normal, everyday thugs. And, well, they are doing the normal criminal stuff, right? Drugs and kidnappings and all that. Then you have the main story bad guys, which, they are masked guys. Yeah. We all love the mask. We all love the mask. Then you have the side quest bad guys. Bad guys from side quests, that's obvious. And then you have bad guys that are introduced to you at the beginning of the story, which are not the main story bad guys. They are not the same thing. But of course, Spider-Man is a superhero. He obviously is going to have a lot of nemesis and villains and all of that, right? It comes with the job. However, don't think that your time in-game is only spent smashing and spanking bad guys in their butts. Though, I wonder, do you think they enjoy that? Maybe all the bad guys in the game or in the Marvel movies just have a secret crush on the superheroes, and that's why they turned into bad guys, because they wanted, or they were desperate for the attention of their secret crushes. So as I was saying, in the game, you don't only get to beat up the bad guys, you also become another kind of superhero. Let me present to you Spider-Man Detective. Or Spider-Tective? Spy-rective? Well, yeah. You become a detective. So, in order to find and defeat these bad guys, you become a detective. You have to solve some mysteries, you have to do some research, you have to take pictures, you have to go into abandoned buildings and research all the clues you can find. And I found that really interesting and really entertaining, because one of the things that stopped me from playing this game was the fact that I thought that the game was only going to be the superhero versus the villains, and there was not going to be much else to the game. It was just going to be Spider-Man beating up bad guys, and that was it. Of course, that was kind of stupid of me because games are not usually like that. If you have a main story, you have more to it. But that was what I thought when I started, before I started playing Spider-Man. But to my surprise, you had detective elements to it, and I really enjoyed that because it made me feel more engaged with the story. It made me feel like I was the one solving the mystery and trying to see who the bad guy really was and his identity, trying to identify him, which was really interesting. Apart from being spy detective, yes, you also get to follow pigeons around, though that's a different story we'll focus on later. Regarding the mechanics of the game, the spider flying, or whatever you want to call it, the swinging around New York with your spider webs takes the cake. I'm not the only one who has said this before, but just being able to go around New York with your spider webs and swinging around as if you were Tarzan, because sometimes you feel like Tarzan, to be honest. It's really incredible. Even though when I started playing the game, I felt like a child who hasn't really learned to walk yet. And I also felt like George of the Jungle. Because I kept smashing against buildings, and that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a lot. If not, ask George of the Jungle. I'm sure he has lost a few things here. But just to be able to swing around and marvel at everything is one of the best experiences I've ever had in a video game. That's not to say, however, I didn't have my moments with this game. My moments of frustration, of what the hell am I even doing, or stuff like that. Like trying to remember the 10,000 plus different combos you can use, and sometimes just giving up and pressing all the buttons just to see if I have any luck. Like also following the pigeons around and trying to capture them for about what feels like an hour without really succeeding. Or like trying to swim in the water when clearly this Spider-Man doesn't really know how to swim, and he was definitely not meant for swimming. The variety and the different types of side quests you can find in the game also amazed me. The quests are divided in different kinds. You have your regular, usual crimes, as I said, people doing drugs or kidnappings or robberies, stuff like that. You have another type of side quest, which is research, and you will be able to find research stations all over the map. And these research stations belong to Harry, Peter Parker's best friend. And he left a few instructions for Peter Parker in order for him to help Harry. In some cases, you are going to have to clean the waters. In some cases, you're going to become a plumber, like Mario. In others, you just have to fly around and find the cause for a specific kind of contamination. So yeah, basically, Spider-Man does everything, apparently, in this city. You have also quests that are given to you by other citizens, like following pigeons around. And you have also quests related to other villains. So you can be assured that you're going to have things to do in this video game, even if it's just to follow pigeons around. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'll stop right now with the pigeons. There are also more things worth mentioning, like all the suits you can unlock, the weapons you can add to your suit, the ability tree and the skill points you can use to improve your flying, your spider flying, or your swinging around, basically, to get more combos. Who needs more combos anyway? There are a lot. The picture taken of monuments that makes you feel like you're a tourist. Since I've never been to New York, that's actually really true for me. I actually felt like I was a tourist actually visiting New York and seeing all these famous buildings and places and monuments and all that. It was actually really cool. The recollecting of backpacks, of Peter Parker's backpacks, that gives you points that you can use to update your suits and your weapons. And also they give you a little bit of Easter eggs regarding the past of Peter Parker. Maybe you can find an object that is a memento from a battle that Peter Parker had against one specific villain. Or maybe you can find something related to the time he spent in high school or to the time he was a reporter or stuff like that. And that's really cool. That's really cool. It gives a little bit more depth to Peter Parker's character. All in all, I think that this video game was incredible. And it's also a video game a lot of people have been waiting for. And I'm sure at least 99% of them are happy with what they got and are more than happy with what they got. And let me just say, I would be down for more Marvel video games like this one, focusing on different Marvel superheroes. Maybe a Marvel Cinematic Universe but with video games? I know there are more Marvel video games out there, but like this one? Not many. And before I finish this review, let me just say that one thing I've learned from playing this video game is that I'm definitely not superhero material. I wish I were. The world would be a better place. And with that, we've come to the end, my friends. We've come to the end of this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you are also playing and enjoying Spider-Man 2, or you've played it, because, I mean, obviously, and as always, I'm a little bit late to the party. But if you have played this game, or if you're thinking about playing it, leave a comment down below and tell me if you enjoyed it, what was your favorite part of the game. Would you like to see more video games like this? I know we're going to have Miles Morales soon for the PS5, but would you like to see more videos like Spider-Man but with all the different superheroes or something like that? If you do, tell me all about it in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos in the future. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.